What's up, sports world? Y'all know what it is, man. It's Rise Up Unlimited Radio Show brought to you by WDAP Radio and WDAP TV. Of course, I'm the fireside under the George Robinson. Sorry that my co-host couldn't be here tonight. Chocolate Girl has some things going on. So we're gonna, wish her best of luck with everything that's going on. Gonna pray for her, all that good stuff, you know, and hope that things turn out in her favor and in our favor, because we love the chocolate girl, of course. Um man, so Thursday night, it's a Thursday night, obviously. You just got finished watching Thursday night football. What a doozy. Lord have mercy. Those Miami Dolphins are doing Miami Dolphin things as usual. Um, Getting a breaks beat off of them, getting tore up for the flow up once again. Lamar Jackson is back. 4 touchdown passes. Comes back, 4 touchdown passes in this game against the Miami Dolphins. All right. As the Baltimore Ravens win 28-6. Man, not a whole lot to talk about. Lamar Jackson, obviously, 4 touchdown passes, 204 yards, completed 18 of 23 passes. He was sacked twice, but didn't matter. Derrick Henry had 119 yards rushing the football, 19 carries. This is what we're used to seeing from the Baltimore offense. This is when all cylinders, when some of the cylinders are on, are running the way they're supposed to. You will see those type of numbers from Lamar and from Derrick Henry. Zay Flowers, 64 yards. Isaiah Likely back in the fold again, 60 yards on 3 catches. Mike Andrews had 2 touchdown passes in this game. Charlie Kolar had a touchdown pass in this game, obviously, and Rashad Bateman had one too. On the Miami side, Tua, 25 of 40, 261. 1 interception, sacked twice. Devon Achane 14 times ran the football 67 yards. Jalen Waddle had 82 yards receiving in this game, 6 catches, 82 yards. Again, not much to really. Miami Dolphins is they're doing what the Dolphins do. Robert, what up? I see you. Shout out to you. They're doing what they do usually. Um, Here's the thing, though. Now, as one-sided as this game sounds, right? As one-sided as this game sounds, Miami beat themselves. Multiple turnovers, multiple mistakes. When you look at the analytics, I mean, Baltimore had 18 first downs, Miami had 17. Baltimore was better on third down. Miami had 3 4th downs in this game. They went for 2 of them. They went for all 3 of them, but they can, got 2 of them, 2 out of 3. Baltimore got theirs. They only ran it once. Miami ran 62 plays. Baltimore ran 56. Miami had the ball more. Total yards were even, 338, 332. Total drives, 11 apiece. 11 apiece. Yards per play, six for Baltimore, 5.5 for Miami, 245 in passing game for Miami, 188 for Baltimore. Running game, obviously, Baltimore dominated that with 150 to 87. But again, when you look at this, they both teams have 5 penalties, but the turnovers. I think Miami had 5 drives within the red zone. 5, if I'm not mistaken. 5. 3 turnovers. Time of possession was pretty even. 31 to 28 or 32 to 28. Not too bad. But again, two fumbles and an interception. I wanted to talk tonight about what teams are already out of the playoffs right now. Wanted to talk about that. But I want to make my picks first. I want to make picks first before I get into all that. This is Derrick Henry's third game this season with 100 plus yards. Rashad Bateman scored his first touchdown since week 3. Mark Andrews, this is his 12th career multiple touchdown game in his career. Tonight, before I make picks, just want to get into it. Yes, fans were wearing paper bags. They were. They were wearing paper bags the whole 9 yards. Yeah. Like and share. Not going to be on here too long. Again, because my co-host is not here. Usually I don't even like doing shows without my co-host. But I figure I'd get these picks in because it is Thursday. Marcus the Alphabets, there will not be a show tomorrow because I know Ramona's got something going on tomorrow. There won't be a show tomorrow. It'll be Saturday on Halloween. So get prepared, get ready for that. So I'm like, I got to do my picks at some point. So let's start off with that. We also got a new segment coming up. I created called the Journalist Column, in which I'm going to name a player, or I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to name a player, and then we're going to ask questions as if like we would be interviewing that player. What questions would we ask that player? So we're going to come up with questions during the show. It's a nice segment, get you acclimated more in the journalism, how we do when we in the press conferences, questions we would ask. So we're going to pick, I'm going to let you guys pick in the comment section what player, and then we're going to come up with questions to ask. Pretty different, pretty new. You've never seen that before on Nobody Shows. That's a 101. I'm coining that. I'm coining that. All right, put it in the comment section. Hashtag journalist column. We're going to do that. Also, next week. So I talked to my one of my favorite resident Packers fans. Hit me up this week, and he actually put something together that was really nice. I'm gonna be honest with you. A nice article. He sent it to me. Actually, yep, sending it to me now. Where we're gonna do a segment. We're gonna do a segment with Ryan Go. Ryan Go, my guy. He looks like Seth Rollins when you see him. I promise you, he is probably Seth Rollins, like split image, damn near. So we want to come up with a new segment called Go Time with Ryan Go, and it's gonna be dope. I got music for him, all that good stuff. Next week we're gonna set that up on Wednesday and Thursday shows where he's gonna give you some parlays, he's gonna do that, and then yeah, it's gonna be real fun. All right, so we're gonna be in go mode coming up starting next week. Go time, go mode. Yeah. So shout out to Ryan Go for that. Now I'm in go mode right now. I'm in go mode. I actually have my whole DJ controller right here in my lap. Just doing some things with the music too. I want to incorporate some things with these shows, spice them up, spruce them up a little bit more. Speaking of sprucing, I need to spruce up my picks, man. I'll never get a chance to really play fantasy like that. So picks are super important. And next week, week 9 starts off with obviously this game. I picked Baltimore. I would never pick Miami at this point. Miami's a lost cause. I'm waiting for them to. They got the paper bags and all at the games. They leaving early. Mike McDaniel should be fired at this point. I don't know what they're waiting on. It's 2-7, but I think the owner Stephen Ross said that they're not firing him to the end of the year. maybe. So we'll see what happens with that. Yes, a toilet flush for real for Miami. A real toilet flush. I should play their music, their intro music. I really should. Um, or I should play their fight music. I'm sorry, intro music. Yeah, right. You got to be good to have intro music. Fight music. I should play that at some point. I guess I'll wait. I'll wait on it. But I would never pick Miami. I knew Lamar Jackson was coming back. I'm still not sold on the Baltimore Ravens defense. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. Baltimore has allowed 13 points per game, I guess, defensively the last 3 games compared to the first 5 when they was letting up 36. Okay, I get it. Joe Flacco also came back to practice today. Interesting. So Pittsburgh, as much as I want y'all to win the division, y'all better get y'all shit together. You got people coming back. You got Lamar back, and the Baltimore Ravens have a favorable schedule coming up, which I did point out a couple shows ago. So don't sleep on the Baltimore Ravens yet. But I don't like their defense. I think that's going to be their issue. If they can't fix that defense um, against legitimate teams, I'm not talking about teams losing teams like Miami. They're going to have some issues. Get to the Sunday's picks, though. New England and Atlanta. No, I thought Atlanta was actually going to get it together. Another one of those teams I've been waiting to see turn the corner and actually go somewhere, get somewhere. They ain't getting nowhere this week. This in New England. You got Drake May looking like an MVP candidate. I'm gonna take New England. Take a New England. They look real good. Mike Vrabel. If, and I say if, because there is a very good possibility. I'm just going to tell you this right now. There is a very good possibility for folks who keep sleeping on the New England Patriots. There's a possibility that Buffalo can lose the next 2 weeks. This week and next week will be very important. Very, very important. Kansas City and Buffalo is going to be a very interesting game. Very, very interesting. I'm interested to see what Steve Spagnuolo does with the Buffalo Bills, and we're gonna get to that later on. We're definitely gonna get to that. But I'm gonna take New England this week. If New England wins this week and then Buffalo loses, that essentially puts New England 3 games ahead. I know a lot of people will be like, but they only had 7 wins and Buffalo already has 5. Yeah, Buffalo would go down to 5-4. I mean 5-3. They would go to 7-2. They also have the tiebreaker, and they already have 2 more wins on top of that. So to anybody who covers sports, we would look at that as 3 games behind. And I don't think they want to do that. So it's going to be very interesting. But New England's taking it. New England gets Atlanta at home, and I'm going to take New England. I'm not taking Atlanta. Sorry, Ron. Team got to get it together. Chargers against Tennessee. Tennessee is one of 2 teams this year that has been beaten at least three times by 20 points or more this season. The other team is the Miami Dolphins. I'm taking the Chargers to handle business because the Chargers got to stay afloat in the AFC West. You got the Chargers, you got the Chiefs. You can never sleep on the Chiefs. You got the Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos looking real good right now. I made some comments. There was a call your shot reel that Dwayne Woodley put out on the Alphabets Football Talk show page. Go look at that because I did say some things that I'm going to stand on business on as far as Bo Nix, his play looking real good this year, and the fact that Denver's defense is looking really good. They're young, fast, and that's what you need. You need a run game. need a quarterback who can stay in command in defense. And I think that they're going to get a playoff win before Justin Herbert does, and before Drake May, and before uh, Daniel Jones. All three of them. I know y'all probably like, what? Yeah, I mean exactly what I'm saying. I'm dead serious. Cincinnati and Chicago. Another game. Chicago got to stay afloat in the NFC North. Obviously, we see Green Bay doing what they're doing. I'm taking Chicago. I do not trust the Cincinnati Bengals. No defense. I don't trust them at 3-5. Another team that I'm almost like on the fence to be like, their season is up. Even though Joe Burrow, limited in practice. Uh, Again, we know that Cincinnati has a real good offense when it runs on those cylinders. But that defense is god awful, atrocious. I think they're the worst in the league defensively. Chicago's decent in defense. Caleb Williams, I need him to be more consistent this year. He hasn't been very consistent, but I'm gonna take Chicago to win this game on the road. It's a signature win. They gotta keep afloat, and you don't want Minnesota crawling back. I think they're a better team than Minnesota, and if Chicago can handle business, they'll stay out of the cellar because that's where we're essentially talking about between Chicago and Minnesota. We're talking about being in the bottom of the cellar in the NFC North, but the majority of those teams have winning records, except for Skull, which I can't stand Minnesota, by the way. Pittsburgh and Indianapolis. Circle this game. Circle it. Circle this game. This is going to be, to me, it's the game of the week. It's a must win for Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh slept on Cincinnati, in which they should have beat Cincinnati. They didn't. They didn't handle business. And then the Packers said, Aaron, you ain't going to beat us. We're going to be the only team you never beat. You play with us for 18 seasons, and you ain't going to get a win on us. And Jordan Love did away with that. Marcus the Alphabets was good. I see you. So the Colts are a very well oiled machine. They run very well. Jonathan Taylor, MVP candidate. Daniel Jones, top 5, top 6 in passing, top 2 in QBR. Watch out. They have a swag about them. That owner is on the sideline making sure ain't no bullshit going on. I actually like what she's doing. The team means business. Again, the Colts are like one Adonai Mitchell mistake from being 8-0. This team could be undefeated. Denver should have beat them, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. Just like Adonai Mitchell made the mistake against the Rams, coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? But they could be 8-0, essentially. I'm going to, because this is a signature game, and I do feel like Indianapolis is due for a loss at some point. This game is in Pittsburgh. I don't like Pittsburgh's defense at all, but I got to stand on business as far as them winning this division. And this has to be the game that they make that next move to do so, to win the division. They need this game. They need it. They need it. Aaron Rodgers got to come out and play like they need it. I'm gonna take Pittsburgh, and I know, like, damn. I just feel like they're due for a loss, Indianapolis, at some point. There's a lot of people saying, "Well, the real Daniel Jones, please stand up," because the Daniel Jones we're getting right now is the Indiana Jones. We're not getting Daniel Jones. We're getting Indiana Jones right now. Uh, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see. But that's the game of the week to me. San Francisco and the Giants. The Giants are done. I like Jackson Dart. I like what they were doing uh, with Cam Scatterbo. Him, they looked like they was pumping up. I think this team is done too. They ain't making the playoffs. Um, I feel like not to say that they need to just pack it up and go home, but you might want to pack it up to get a top 5 pick so that you can add another piece to this what seems to be improving New York Giants team. I would be doing that. I'm gonna take San Francisco. 6-3. San Francisco looks good. Mac Jones has been looking decent. They're injured. This is one of those games they can win, even if they win close. Get some people more rested. Get ready for the bottom half of the season. Denver and the Texans. Whew. Because the Colts have such a big lead on these ends, I think the Texans might be done after this week. And I get it; they're only like one game from being 500, but 3-4, 3-5 doesn't do you any favors. Denver's got to stay afloat. I think Denver wins this game because Denver's got to stay on top of that division. You got Kansas City coming up, who you can never sleep on again, as I stated before. You can't sleep on Kansas City, but you got to keep your foot on the throat of the division, and Denver needs to do just that. Um, Minnesota, Detroit, I'm taking Detroit. There's no even need to even talk. I don't care if it's JJ McCarthy or Carson Wentz, who's now out for 3 weeks. Doesn't even matter. I don't care who their quarterback is. Minnesota it should be the worst team in the NFC North when it's all said and done. I'm taking Detroit. Carolina and Green Bay. I'm taking Green Bay. Green Bay just is a well-oiled machine. In the end, it's my team. I don't care. Regardless of the fact, very well-oiled machine. Best record in the NFC. Period. I think they build on that 6-1-1. Again, wish we never tied Dallas. It happened. Moving on. Green Bay this week. I like the offense. Jaden Reed might be back. He's practicing again. Another weapon. Another weapon to that already well-oiled offense. Tucker Kraft, best tight end performance in the league this year. Tyler Warren and Tucker Kraft right now, 1 and 2. All right. Jacksonville and the Raiders. Raiders are at home in this game. I expect Jacksonville to win this game to continue their winning season, to make a statement, to let people know that they're really here, they're not pretenders, and that they're trying their best to make a playoff push. They got to win these type of games right here. Vegas, I think, is done too. Talked about teams that might be done. I don't see Vegas making the playoffs. It's over. New Orleans against the Rams. I'm taking the Rams. New Orleans definitely ain't making the playoffs. We don't even got to talk about the Saints. The Aints, they ain't doing a damn thing. 1-7. Worst team in football, probably. Be honest with you. Them and the Titans, respectively. The Jets too. Dolphins, they're in that mix too. As worst teams in the league. Yeah, they're not making the playoffs. You can scratch them right out too. Um, the other game of the week, Kansas City and Buffalo. Woo! Here we go. A lot of people have been waiting on my pick for a minute. They keep asking me, are you taking Kansas City or are you taking Buffalo? Josh Allen, 4-1 in the regular season against the Chiefs. Can't get it done in the playoffs. Reverse psychology would say Buffalo should lose this game, so maybe they could beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. I don't know how much you want to believe in reverse psychology. In this case, I just think that Steve Spagnuolo is going to have a game plan ready. James Cook will not have over 100 yards in this game. I have a sneaking suspicion that he will have a game plan for James Cook coming up. And I'm going to be honest. The elixir, the recipe to beat Buffalo is out. It's out there. Contain James Cook, spy Josh Allen, man coverage across the board, and make those receivers beat you. Spags is one of a kind, maybe one of the greatest defensive coordinators to ever put it together, to lace up a defense. Kansas City's back. Pacheco's not playing. That may have a significant impact on the game, but you got Rashid Rice, you got Xavier Worthy, you got Travis Kelce, and all those other weapons. Patrick Mahomes gets back. Plus, he's toting the top 5 defense this year. I don't like the Bills' defense either. I'm not a fan of just because they beat Carolina 40-9. Not a fan. Not a fan. Carolina did what Carolina do. AJ Epinesa, I said this before. AJ Epinesa might be the most impactful defensive player Buffalo has had since COVID. And the reason why I'm saying that because when he gets his opportunities, he's impactful. I don't know somebody who's been more consistently impactful when they get opportunities. But you're going to need more than AJ Epinesa to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm taking the Chiefs this week. I know. It's Buffalo. I know where I'm at. I'm taking Kansas City this week. Let's hope that reverse psychology actually works. But I think you're catching Kansas City at a bad time. You're catching Kansas City at a bad time. It couldn't have been worse. And people are like, well, they just beat Carolina. Yeah, but we also saw them lose to the Pats. We also saw them lose to Atlanta, who's now 3-4. And they had the recipe. And if you don't think they got the recipe, Spags gonna have the recipe. Spags gonna have a recipe. Yeah. 27-21. 27-21. Seattle, Washington. Seattle will win this game. We don't even know when Jaden Daniels is coming back. And from what I just heard, he's not playing against Seattle this week either. I'm not a fan of Mariota. I don't care. Seattle's been playing very well. Got to give Seattle a lot of props. I'm going to take the Seahawks. I'm going to take the 12. It's real simple. Arizona and Dallas. Don't know the status of Kyler Murray. Dallas has a very good offense. Dak Prescott's been playing pretty decent, more than decent. He's been playing phenomenal. Give him his props. But this is one of those games that I see the Cowboys losing. It's at home. I get it. Arizona is a little feisty, but this is one of those games, just like they lost to Carolina. Dallas, the Cowboys gonna cowboy. It's Monday Night Football. I'm going to take Dallas only because I think they should beat Arizona, but in the back of my mind, it smells like one of those games that Dallas wets the bed on. Ron, what up? All right, so those are my picks. You got my picks. Straight up. Right across the board. There you have it. What else? I don't really got much else. All right. With that being said, yeah, I'm gonna cut it short. It's midnight. I just wanted to do something quick. Again, Chocolate Girl not here. I don't want to go too divulge or dive too much. Wanted to get my picks in, all that good stuff. Make sure you support Halloween coming up. Be safe. Be safe. It's technically now Halloween right now. Be safe. All right. Make sure the kids are safe if you have kids. All right. It's been real. Saturday, Marcus the Alphabets show coming up. You already know about Monday night, late night. Ron Thomas is on there, does a phenomenal job. Andy Johnson does a phenomenal job as well. DJ Nico Shaw should be back, hopefully. And then myself. Wednesday, of course, World Class Wednesday. If you watched it yesterday, really good show yesterday. And then, of course, right here next Thursday. And as I stated already, we're going to add some new stuff to the show. We're going to add some new stuff starting next week. All right. Be blessed. Be real. Stay safe. And I will see you again real soon.